In this video, I wanted to show you how I would approach solving Workout Wednesday week 30 from 2020. This allows you to use set actions to do a drill down from state to city. We did something similar to this back in 2017. I had posted a similar challenge, but it required some horrible LOD calculations. So I'm assuming that the process here is going to be simpler using set actions. But I'm not convinced that you need to use set actions. I think this is probably easier if you use parameter actions. Yes, I know it doesn't meet the requirement, but I'm all about simplicity and clarity. So let's take a look at what it actually does. So we have a basic scatter plot. If I click on California, it drills down into the cities for California. If I then have to click on another city, and then click on it again to go back to the state level. So I think this is actually also making us do an extra click. So I think with a parameter action, we can make this one click where I click on a city and then it goes back up to the state level. So yeah, let's see if we can give that a go. I've gone ahead and connected to the data set that they required. And let me go back over to the requirements real quick. So scatterplot, state, level, and click on a state should drill down to civi, and then back up to the state. Okay, great. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and build the scatter plot. So it looks like we have profit on the columns, sales on the rows, and I'm going to initially, I know I'm going to need to replace state with something else, but looks like they're using a cross mark type, but I want to just go ahead and get the coloring right first. So unprofitable, and it's just going to be the sum of profit is greater than 0. And let's go ahead and put that on the color shelf, and we're good to go there. And it looks like the colors, so these should be red and these should be blue. So the negatives should be red. Yeah, oh, actually, I probably did that wrong. I should say, if I'm calling this unprofitable, I should say less than 0. And then let me switch these back around. So false should be, okay. So I don't want to mislead anybody with my calculation names. Okay, so what we need to be able to do now is to create a set of parameters that allow us to specify whether we're at the state or city level. So let's see, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a parameter that allows me to specify the state. So I'm going to just call this my state parameter. And it's going to be a string. Initial value, I'll just put California in there. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to put something in there. And I like to, oh, let me rename it because I put an extra E on the end. And I'm going to show my parameter. I like showing the parameter so I can see what happens when I pass the value to the state. Okay, so then I could go ahead and set up my worksheet action just to see. I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so that's going to be our state parameter. And then what I'm thinking is we're going to need to do something to know whether we are at the state level or the city level. So what I am going to do is I'm going to say, let's see, whether are we at the state or the city level. So let's create a calculated field, and I'm just going to call this level of detail. And what I want to do is I want to count the number of states that are in the view and see if they match up with the total number of states. So I'm going to say if window sum of the count distinct of state, if that's equal to the sum of the total number of states, so count distinct state. So this level of detail expression is just saying give me the total number of states. If that is true, then we want to, I'm just going to return the word state, else city, end. Okay, so I'm going to stick this up on the columns so that we can see what it's actually doing. I want to compute it using state. Okay, so if I click on it, it should then switch to city later on. Okay, so let's do a worksheet action here just to test this. So change parameter. I'm going to call this state to city, state or city. And my parameter is my, let's see, nope, that's not going to do it here. So, okay, let's call this update state parameter. And I want to go ahead and pass the state to it and hit OK. And when I click on a state, we should see our parameter on the right-hand side is changing. Okay, great. All right. And then I need to go ahead and create another, let's see, I need to go ahead and create another, probably another parameter that tells me whether I'm at the state or city level. So let's say state or city level parameter. And this is going to be a string, and I'm going to just default it to state for now. And let's show that parameter. So when I click on something, okay, I wanted to drill down to the state level. Okay, so when I click on a state, I wanted to then populate this one with city. So what's my level of detail? Say again, so this is if the number states, state then city. Okay, so I want to go ahead and create a different field here that's going to change to show me the state or city. So I'm going to say if level of detail equals let's see, state. Or no, I could just say if the state or city level parameter equals state, then state else city. I don't think this is going to work. So let me try putting this here. So it's state, and I'm going to change this to compute using state or city. Okay, so if I click on one of these, what I need to do now is I need to check my actions here. So update state. This is going to be my state parameter. So that's going to be state or city. And then I need to also change a parameter. So I'm going to say update level. So state or city level parameter, and I want to pass to it my level of detail field. So, okay, so is that doing anything? So state, it's not. Okay, so I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, so I want to show either the state or the city. Okay, so let's see. So I want to say if that parameter equals state, oh, then I want to show the cities. Otherwise, I want to show the states. Did that backwards. So now if I click on Madison, it goes back to the state level. Okay, I think I'm getting somewhere now. So if I click on Illinois, it still shows us all of the cities, but at least the drill down is working. So you see this level of detail switches from state to city. Okay, so I need to somehow, so when I click on Madison, for example, it switches the state parameter to Madison, which doesn't match any of my states. So I need to come up with some kind of calculation to filter this list down when they click on when they make it a state. So let's create a calculated field. I'm going to call this my state filter. And I'm going to say something like the state. I have to first off, I have to have a state must equal the state parameter. So state parameter, and my state or city level parameter must equal state. Okay. So let's see what that does. Let's go ahead and put that on the filters. Choose true. And let's show the parameter, show the filter, just so we can play around with it. Okay, so now I can see it's now showing me just California. But when I click on it, okay, it goes blank. So let me undo that. So I think I need to account for what's happening here is the state parameter changed to San Francisco. So when I look at, where is it here, state filter, this part here is failing. So it's saying, so my state will never equal my state parameter. So I need to account for the condition when it's a city. So those two I know work together. And then I say or the state or city level parameter equals city. That's this parameter over here on the right hand side. So let's hit OK. Let's try that. Okay, so now I click on California, it drills down to California. I click on any of the cities and it goes back up. So if I pick, for example, South Dakota, it shows me the 5 cities for South Dakota. Click any of them, it goes up. Click on Montana, we can see the cities that are unprofitable in Montana. So yeah, I think that's it. So I need to move this level of detail expression to the detail shelf because that's one of the things that's in one of my calculations. So let's go back to the requirements here. And let's create a new dashboard. I'm going to call this Workout Wednesday 2020 week 31. Okay, and the default is it needs to be 800 by 700. I'm going to kill the phone layout. And so scatter plot just started save level, that's good. Click on it, it goes back down. Create the drill down with set actions. Create the title and make sure it changes depending on what you select. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, so I'm going to go here and update my title. So it needs to say something like sales versus profit by state. Sales versus profit by, and then I need to insert my state or city level parameter. Okay, if I click on one, it goes, oops, of course Tableau Public has to refresh while I'm doing this. So, okay, so, and notice how the message in the subtitle changes as well. Okay, fine. Okay, so it looks like what it does is it says sales or profit by state. I'm just going to hit apply for now, but I know it's not right. Okay, so I need to create a calculation, so I'm going to call this my title calc. All right, so when we're at the state level, so I'm going to say, I think this is the one I actually want to show. So this says state, okay, so detail. If I click on California, it switches to state. Okay, so I just need to set this backwards, that's fine. So if state or city level equals city, then I want it to return by state. Else I want it to return for plus my state parameter. And so let's see what that does now. Let's stick that onto the detail shelf. And we want to just insert that field, so title calc, hit apply. So I can get rid of that. And it looks like this is all bold as well, so let's make that just Tableau, maybe semi-bold, center it. Okay, so it's at state level now, sales versus profit for California. Okay, that looks good. And then we need to create another calculation for the drill down. So let's just duplicate this And I'm going to edit and call this my subtitle. So when it's a city, so when it is by state, we want to say, let's click on it again. It should say select a state to drill down to city level. Select a state to drill down to city level. Else we want it to say select a city to drill up to the state level. And we need to put that on there as well. And we're going to make that a subtitle. So let's insert, where's my subtitle? And this looks like it is italics, probably like 10 point, and maybe Tableau regular. So let's look here. What does it say in the requirements? So marks are colored red if they're unprofitable. I did that one. Match the tooltips and the formatting. Okay, so what kind of formatting do we have here? Nothing particularly special. Okay, I think these are a bit bigger. No, 16. Okay, so the select, maybe this is, this must be 15. Okay. So let me click on, I'm just trying to make sure that the fonts line up. So you see how like this E is below the S. So I want to make sure that it's, okay, yeah, that's good. All right, so that part is solved. What else? So we need to look at the tooltip. So California, sales, profit. Okay, so this is going to be, okay, so this is going to be my, so my mark is going to, so now it says California and this one says state or city. State or city, okay, that's easy enough. All right, so state or city. It looks like it is a nice big font, so maybe 14. And then it has profit and sales. Profit, sales. Okay, so let me click on it and see what happens here and just double check my numbers. So Menlo Park should be 49,207. 49,207. Okay, great. Click on one and I'm back up. Excellent. I think I'm almost done here. So let's drag sheet 1 into the view. Actually, I should probably extract the data. And let's save that. Where do I want to save that? Data. There we go. And I should probably save this. Let's see, save, and Workout Wednesday 2020. This is week, what week is this? Week 30. State to city drill down with parameter actions. Okay, so we can go ahead and throw this in the dashboard now. I've got all this extra junk here. Get rid of that, delete container, and it looks like I need my dashboard. I'm not going to worry about my dashboard title. I'm just going to leave the chart itself. Okay, so let me go ahead and show my caption. I'd like to make it 8 point and light center. So this is challenged by Emma White. And what what is her Twitter handle? Emma White, at Emma White. And then Solution by Andy Kriebel. Oops, if I could spell my own name right, it would help. At VizWizBI. Okay, so I like to have it nice and light so it doesn't kind of distract from anything. Okay, I think I am done. So I'm going to save that again, and then I'm going to publish it up to Tableau Public. And I'm going to make sure I copy that for inspiration. Okay, when you publish something based on somebody else's work, you should, let's do, so I want to allow others to download it. You want to make sure you put their inspiration in here by copying the link from their work. So I think that's it. So after I hit save, come on. I need to make sure, actually, I'm going to go back over to my dashboard and hide the sheet and then republish it because I don't want it to show up as a separate sheet in Tableau Public. Okay, so yeah, parameter actions, a few calculations, not too bad, I don't think. Again, set actions are useful there, but I really don't like how I have to click twice to deselect something. So I prefer this option where I can just click on a state and it drills down to the city level, except I didn't set up my actions. So I need to go to my worksheet actions and switch them to dashboard actions. So dashboard, and then this one should be a dashboard action. Okay, let me double check it again. Okay, now it's working. So save. Let's go ahead and publish it to Tableau Public again. So that's where it's useful to always test your visualization after you publish it up to Tableau Public. I was only testing my actions at the worksheet level. I forgot to do it at the dashboard level, so I'm glad I checked it. Okay, so let's try this now. And I'm going to make sure it works, so close that. If I click on California, it should drill in. Click on any of these, it goes out. Maybe I'll click on Oklahoma. And there we go. Perfect. Works great. All right, so I hope you found that useful. Have a great day.